To what?
I'm gonna scissor kick you in the back of the head.
All rise. All rise and like, subscribe, and bang the gavel, baby. Here comes the judge. Here comes the judge. That's right. The judge is coming, and I'm here to see it all. Hopefully, everybody's having a great day. I know a lot of people have the day off from work, hanging out on this Easter Monday, I've learned it is. One of our favorite judges, Judge Herman, his courtroom is bustling. We found out just a second ago that the defense attorney that has seen all these people prior and prepared them to go before the judge is also the same person who is defending every single person in the courtroom today. So everybody's kind of on edge. They're all a little upset. Good to see everybody. Pike, Nancy, Bigfoot, fire captain's here. Everybody's here today. Good to see you guys. Brigitte is here. But yeah, no Creed today. He is still working on getting ready. So I'm going to walk you through things today. I don't know how long I'll be here, but we're going to do as much as we can. We got Boobs already here. Ulysses, how are you, my friend? But yeah, so we're going to go ahead and crank things up. Zoom court. This is all live happening across the country. We'll see about jumping around, that kind of thing. I'm going to keep the speaking to a bare minimum. And yeah, let's go ahead and we're going to sit here for a minute because there's been a lot of activity and I think we need to be a part of this. So let's go ahead and kick it. Oh, wow. Now everybody's quiet over there. A second ago, everybody was screaming and yelling. I think they they did. They muted everybody. They got tired of them all talking to each other. People were complaining and everything. That's all right. That's why I've got a backup courtroom to go to. Let's see what's happening over here.
Okay, because normally what we normally do is reset those cases. Let me see. You say he's in jail? Lopez.
Oh my God! There's the oldest living man.
You said. Do you see? I don't see his name on the document. You said his last name was Hines?
Hines, yes, sir.
What's the first name?
I don't see nothing on Hines on here.
It's just one of those days where I just want to be asleep.
Yeah.
Your Honor, I've got him on the announcement docket. It's page 7 of the announcement.
Hey, Don.
What's the cost number?
I think we've stumbled into a courtroom where they have no idea what's going on.
It's reset to May 2nd with the felony.
It was already reset.
It's already reset to May 2nd with the felony.
And if the courtroom's too loud, it's going to be louder than it typically is when Creed's here.
Yes, sir.
So if it's too loud, let me know.
Let's see. This is
Yes, Judge, it's on the announcement docket.
Looks like we are just cranking up some first appearances, by the way.
Thank you.
It's one of our favorites.
Okay. Let's make sure.
Yeah, we're going to jump out of this courtroom of no one knows what the hell's going on.
You have on your record, only a superior court judge can set bond in certain cases. Whatever the reason, if you have a superior court only bondable charge, your case will
Morning,
be
Mavis.
set for a superior court judge to make a determination on bond, and that will
Bud.
typically be within about 2 weeks from today's date. If you are here for what we call superior court only bondable charges, then your attorney does not have to file a bond motion. It's automatically going to be scheduled for a bond hearing. If you're here for regular charges that I just do not set a bond on, then your attorney would need to file a motion. Or if you are here for a case that
Look how
you
packed
had a prior
that place is.
charge that makes it superior court only, your attorney would still need to file a bond motion in those matters. For everyone that's still in custody after 3 or 4 weeks, you are going to be entitled to have what we call a preliminary hearing, also known as a probable cause hearing.
Okay, while she's going through all that, I want to say hello to everybody again real quick. These are first appearances in the great state of Georgia. They're going to, I'm guessing this is everybody that was arrested over the weekend. Like they didn't do any, because there's a lot of people. I mean, that whole back section back there is just packed. You went to the casino. Oh, well. Staying up too late, that'll happen. Alice, how are you? Hopefully everybody's had a great time. I did. Make sure you like this video. I appreciate that. We're about to get into this first appearances with Niner and everybody else here on this very busy Monday. So we're going to probably be here for quite some time. So get comfortable, get your groove on, whatever it's going to take. Well, thank you, Walter. You're too kind. All right, maybe the judge is getting close to all these because they have to read all these instructions and they are a bit tedious. That's right. The nerd is in the house. Let's see where we're at here. Should be about ready to
either
kick
been
it.
indicted or accused, you're going to be assigned to a trial judge. The first time that you go in front of that trial judge is called an arraignment. At that arraignment hearing, you'll be able to plead guilty or not guilty. If you decide to plead not guilty, you'll have a chance to go to trial at a later date. Along with the right to trial comes several other rights. You have a right to be represented by an attorney. If you cannot afford to hire an attorney, a public defender will be appointed to represent you for free. You have a right to either have a bench trial where a judge determines your guilt or your innocence, or a jury trial where 6 people in state court, 12 people in superior court must all unanimously agree on your guilt or your innocence. At that trial, you again would have the right to testify, or you could exercise your constitutional right to remain silent, and they could not use your silence against you. You would have a right to call witnesses to testify and bring evidence. If those witnesses would not voluntarily come to court and bring said evidence to court, you could force them to do so with what we call a subpoena. You have a right to question anyone who testifies against you, which is what we call cross-examination. The state has the burden of proof at trial. They will have to prove, you start off presumed innocent, and they must prove beyond a reasonable doubt that you are in fact guilty of each element of the charges that they wish to try to get a conviction for. Even if they're able to get a conviction, you would still have a right to appeal that conviction to a higher court within a set number of days of your trial conviction date. That is the very end of the criminal process. Again, today we are just at the very beginning. So as far as it relates to bond, there are a couple of things that I like to go over as far as it relates to that. Some of you are going to get what we call a UJR, an unsecured judicial release. That means that you do not have to pay any money to get out of jail. You simply need to make sure that you show back up for your next court date. To that end, please make sure that we have your correct address on file down to the zip code and the apartment number. If for some reason we do not have a correct address in our system for you and you don't get your notice to come to court, they might end up issuing a bench warrant for your arrest, and you'll end up probably staying in jail until your next court date once they pick you up on that bench warrant. So please make sure we have your correct address before you leave the jail. Others of you are going to get what we call a regular bond. That means that
Special
you can either
effects.
pay the entire amount of the bond directly to the jail. You'll get that money back minus a small administrative fee once your court hearing is completed, your entire court case has been completed. Others of you, if you want to go through a bonding company, they charge anywhere from 10 to 15% of the total bond amount as their non-refundable fee to get you out of custody. You can do that as well. Or if you have equity in a property, you can put that property up with the jail.
Yours did,
and
Stephanie?
you will have a lien against that property
Robert, good to see you,
and the
buddy.
amount of the bond. So those are the three ways that you can make a regular bond. Others of you are going to
He's
get what we
hidden
call
up there.
special
He knows what he's
conditions
doing.
of bond. That means that there's something that either you can or cannot do while you are on bond. If you violate those special conditions, you will be rearrested. The most common special
Real quick as well, if you're over on Facebook, please like this. Facebook needs court. We need this shared out and liked. And I appreciate that. And if this video is too loud or it sounds like I'm yelling over the top of them, please let me know.
decide to engage in conversation with them, that they come to your house and you decide to let them in, you are the person that's going to get arrested because you are not allowed by law, by order of this court, to have contact at all with them, again, no matter how nice it may be. Others of you are going to get what I call no violence.
Sure, your
contact. That includes
significant
obvious
other finds
violence,
that
like
very
hitting
sad,
someone, but it also
Vinny.
includes less obvious things like rushing at them in an aggressive manner, throwing objects around. Anything that would make that person fearful that they're about to receive some type of violent injury is considered violence and will get you
Man, I'm so far
rearrested.
behind.
Lastly, let me go over no do not return provisions. That means that you cannot go back to a certain location. I like to give the example of a gas station. If I say do not return to the gas station, not only can you not
Good
be
stuff,
inside of the
Eric.
convenience store, but you cannot lean up against the pump, lean up against the back of the building, sit on the sidewalk in front of the store's front doors. Any part of that property that you're located on will have them calling the police and have you rearrested and have this bond revoked. You're going to get a black signature pad that the deputies will hand you. You'll need to sign it. You won't be able to see your signature because it's an electronic signature pad, but I will be able to see your signature. So make sure
I am
you
so
sign.
sorry to hear that.
And if you
Steph.
do not sign, you are not going to
That's
be
terrible.
released from custody. So if I give you a special condition,
Right.
please make sure that you sign so that we can let you out of custody. Having taken care of all the preliminary matters, I do understand that we have quite a few private attorneys, and then also I have one juvenile matter. Did the juvenile court actually show up, or I don't know if I saw that. Let's see, is that the cab 3, number 3?
Hang in there,
Yes.
Steph.
Yes, Judge.
Okay, I
they're
don't
present.
see anyone in that frame. If whoever is the cap number 3, if you're able to unmute
I'd
yourself and also get
say
the video going. Okay,
40%.
perfect. And let's see, were you let me ask this of your attorney first. Counsel, were you able to go over the warrants with your client prior to court beginning? And if so, did he understand those warrants? And if so, would you waive a formal reading of the particulars of the warrant into the record?
Yes, to all three of those questions, Judge.
Thank you, Vinny.
Okay, perfect. So thank
Willie.
you. Give me 1 second to pull up that file. So, sir, it looks like you are in front of me
I'll let you judge, Neil.
today. Mr. Babb, it is.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Give me 1 second. For some reason, my
Real good number.
computer is
Also
not
five.
pulling up your warrant.
It's on 5%, yeah.
Give me just 1 second.
Was he talking about fly fishing?
Thank you, Judge. And we will waive reading of the warrant. I would ask the court not read the warrant on the stream today.
Okay, perfect. Let's see.
Nope,
Give
we're
me
not
just
missing
1
it.
second.
I'm
I need
keeping
to
an
be able to
eye on
see
it.
what
The
I
judge
see.
isn't returned yet.
If it gets
So,
like
but as soon as he does, we're heading over there. Don't you worry.
Okay, so Mr. Babb, while I'm pulling up those warrants, did you understand all of those rights that I went over with everyone just a few minutes ago?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so again, because of the nature of your charges, I don't have the authority to set a bond on your particular case. Only a superior court judge is going to be able to set bond on your case. Your attorney is going to file a bond motion. You're going to be in front of a judge for them to make a decision about bond in about 2 weeks. And if you are unable to get out on bond, you're also going to be able to have a preliminary hearing 2 weeks after that date. So about 4 weeks from today, you should have a preliminary hearing.
Is this kid
But
the
again,
juvenile
because of the
she said she
nature
had to
of
see?
your particular charges, I don't have the authority to set bond on your particular case. So that's all I can do today is let you know about your next 2 hearings. So 2 weeks bond, and then 2 weeks after that, you'll have a preliminary hearing to see if the police had enough reason to arrest you on this charge. Do you understand all of that?
Got to do 2
Yes,
weeks
ma'am.
in jail.
Okay, perfect. So your attorney will be in touch with you, and that should resolve your hearing for today. Thank you, and have a good rest of the day.
Thank you. May he and I be excused?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Terrence, you can sign off.
So the
Oh,
next case that I will go to, Attorney Fortis, I saw you. What is
I'm mad at
your
Arby's. They got rid of
client's
those
name?
potato patties.
Christiana Moses.
Okay, perfect. And Madam DA or Mr. DA, whoever's with me today.
Judge, ADA Donkervote sent me a message in the chat and said she had to restart her computer, and she just asked me to inform the court.
Oh, perfect. Okay. So Attorney Fortis, give me just
It had to
1
be
second.
bad.
Let me try to do the Superior Court only cases since we don't have a district attorney quite yet.
That's fine, Judge. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so I think one of our Superior
Hello,
Court
Jen.
only, I'll just start at the bottom
Jen,
and work
Christy,
my way
Misty,
up to the top.
everybody, good to see
Position number 28. Does Mr. Sanchez need an interpreter?
God, I hope not.
It is not, Your Honor. That's my case.
Okay, perfect. So Mr. Sanchez, Frankly Sanchez, good afternoon, sir. If you can come on up to the podium for me.
Give me 1 second, Judge.
Okay.
Mr. Sanchez. Dirty Sanchez himself.
Good.
Sanchez a bad dude. You had to bring him from the outside.
Yes. He's right here, Judge. Now.
Okay, perfect. So Mr. Sanchez, good afternoon. And let me ask a couple of questions of your attorney. Counsel, did you have a chance to review the warrants of all of your clients in today's calendar prior to court beginning?
Yes, Your Honor.
And is it your opinion that they understood the charges as read to them?
That's correct, Your Honor.
And would you be waiving a formal reading of the particulars of the warrant for each client that you have on today's calendar?
Yes.
Perfect, thank you. So Mr. Frankly Sanchez, your attorney has indicated that she has already had a chance to review the warrants with you, or someone from her office has
Lady
reviewed
Fink.
those warrants with you before court began today. You are here in case
Mavis, hallelujah.
62-0324-21-21 for 1 count of violation of the
Thank you for the
Georgia Controlled
stars.
Substances Act, sale of methamphetamine, and trafficking in
Uh-oh.
methamphetamine or amphetamine. Due to the nature of your charges, I don't have the ability to set bond. Only a Superior Court judge can set bond. Your attorney will file a bond motion. You'll be in front of a judge in 2 weeks for bond. And then 2 weeks after that, you'll have a preliminary hearing to see if the officer had enough reason to arrest you for the charge. But that is all that I can do is explain the next 2 court dates to you. Do you have any questions about that?
Thank you, Christy.
I do, ma'am, actually, because when the officer showed me the warrants and he read me them, he said that I was eligible for a special condition bond.
Again, I can't do anything about sentencing or about bond. All I can do is let you know that you were arrested for those 2 charges that I just read off to you. And then all I can do is tell you that another judge is going to make a decision about whether to give you a bond. And then a different judge is going to make a decision about whether or not the officer had a reason to arrest you. And anything else with your case is going to happen at a later point after that. All I can do is tell you what the process is for the next few court dates, okay?
We're glad you're here, Lady Fang.
Okay, so thank you and have a good rest of the day. And any other questions, just make sure you talk to your attorney. Okay, so I do see that my district attorney is back, so Mr. Fortis,
So
go back to your case. What was that position number
we noticed,
again?
you know, we were talking about the guy a while ago.
I don't know what the position number
that
was,
he
Your Honor.
couldn't.
It was Miss Moses.
That he couldn't be seen until the superior judge, and this last guy had meth charges, so that could be again a reason why that he couldn't be seen. So it could be drug related.
So the public defender's office. So y'all have a chance to go over the warrants of Mrs. Moses prior to court beginning.
Yes, no, maybe. Is nobody gonna answer the judge?
Okay, I don't know if they dropped off.
I apologize, Your Honor. I was looking at the notes and it looks like Mr. Niner contacted I can't tell for sure from the notes whether the warrant.
I apologize. What was that, Judge? Was
It was
from?
Christiana Moses. Were you able to go ahead and read the warrants to her before court began?
Oh, yes, Judge, I was.
Okay, thank you so much.
Niner.
I appreciate it.
That's
So I
the
know Attorney
weekend.
Fortas, you're probably going to want to waive a formal reading of the particulars of the warrant into the record.
We waive, Your Honor.
Okay, perfect. So I will go ahead and hear from you then. Just for the record, this is going to be case 22-030413, Ms. Christiana Moses, for aggravated assault weapon, battery, and criminal damage to property in the first degree. So Attorney Fortas, whatever you would like me to consider before I set bond, I'm ready to hear your argument.
And that's fine, Judge. Thank you for that. I've been speaking with the state, and they did send over a bond recommendation of $15,000. I want to just put this into perspective. I normally really don't get into the facts of a case, but I want to put things into perspective so the court may consider something a little bit less. Just so you know a little bit about my client, she's 24 years of age. She's been here her whole life. She's a high school honor roll graduate. She attended school at Georgia State University. She's been in the National Guard since 2016 as a supply specialist. She has no children, and she just graduated cosmetology school. And she was living with her mother at the time of this incident. And she has no, to my knowledge, she has no criminal history, certainly no felony criminal history. And she is currently active in the National Guard. And what happened in this case, Judge, and my apologies for getting into the bond. I know it's not really relevant, but I think it's relevant to put it into perspective for Your Honor to consider something less, because my clients may have difficulties in making the bond. But what happened in this case is my client's mother, Ms. Hambrick, lives with her two children, her 24-year-old daughter, who's the defendant in this case, and also her 19-year-old son, who's mentally challenged. The alleged victim came to my client's residence and was under the influence of something, allegedly, and an altercation, a physical altercation ensued between the alleged victim and my client's mother. She was screaming for help. At that time, the 19-year-old son, who's mentally challenged, came out to try and yield assistance in the matter. And the alleged victim in the case turned his aggression towards the 19-year-old, who has obviously mental challenges. It ended up going outside. He's beating on the young man. And then that's when my client got up and tried to yield assistance and started hitting him, and allegedly hit him with a gun in the back of the head to try and get him off of the 19-year-old. And that's where we are. He fled the scene. We don't know exactly what was told to police, but he called the police. They ended up calling the police. She ended up getting arrested. We believe that because my clients were calling the police first, and the alleged victim, from my understanding, is on probation out of Henry County, that's what precipitated him to call. We don't know exactly what was said to the police in order for my client to be arrested in this matter. But those are essentially the facts of the case. And I've spoken to other witnesses who are going to corroborate that as well. I know this is not the venue for that, but we would like something considerably less than the $15,000. If Your Honor would consider that, there's no problem. With a stay away, they don't need to have any contact. In fact, she's able to live with her sister, who lives off of Meadow Point and Stone Mountain, but there doesn't need to be any contact. And quite frankly, I don't think that there will be. And there's also, I've spoken to the family, I don't know if they've done it yet, regarding a temporary protective order against the alleged victim in this case. I just don't have any evidence at this point as to whether that application process is moving forward at this point. I know that it will this week. I just don't know if they got to it today. So those are essentially the facts. I think my client meets the IALA factors, for a reasonable bond. I know that the state said $15,000, but if Your Honor would consider something less, I'll leave it to your discretion.
Okay, thank you so much. And I'll hear from the state.
Thank you, Your Honor. As Mr. Fortas stated, the defendant does not have an extensive criminal history. She does have one sealed cycle, but that is it. Our office has been able to make contact with the victim in this case, and the victim simply requested that there be no contact as a condition of bond. As Mr. Fortas stated, the state is requesting a $15,000 bond and no contact.
Okay.
That seems
and
a little high.
Your client again, Mr. Fortas?
24, Your Honor.
Okay. Give me just 1 second to go over the warrants, if you don't mind.
Okay, so it seems like somebody come to her house, started causing trouble. Then she jumped on the person causing the problem, and she's the one locked up. I mean, just because that person got to the phone first. I mean, that's I don't know. I mean, if somebody's beating up your mentally challenged brother, as far as I'm concerned, you have every right to beat their ass. But, you know, unfortunately, if she says 15,000, I'm going to be very shocked. I'm saying $5,000, maybe, but 15 is ridiculously high. Ridiculously high.
So what I will do, I will go a little lower than what was requested. I will do 7,500 on the aggravated assault weapon charge, on the criminal damage to property in the first degree.
Hi, Sophia.
I'll do $1,000.
Oh, piling up.
And then I'll do $1,500 on the battery charge. So it should be a total bond of $10,000. And then I will do the special condition of no contact whatsoever with the victim in this case. So Ms. Moses, you are going to sign something indicating that you promise to have absolutely no contact whatsoever. And that means no email, no telephone, no communication whatsoever with the victim, alleged victim in this case.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And counsel, once she signs that, that should be everything, unless there was anything else that you needed to address with the court, Attorney Porter.
Your Honor, that's all. But thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, well, that will conclude that matter. Thank you, and have a wonderful rest of the day. And you can be excused if you have nothing
You
further.
too, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you.
Darkfoot. What are you talking about?
Can you give me just 1 second? I'm still signing.
You're a little late for calling her, Sarge. I think she's done been claimed. Hugh, good to see ya. Don't forget, guys, like this video, share it, do the whole 9 yards if you don't mind.
Okay,
It
my
helps us out.
signature should be on the bond order and on the special conditions, and I'm printing the special conditions to the main printer.
Kurt, I'm glad you're in a good mood.
Attorney Nagel, I see that you are present. What was the defendant that you had on today's calendar?
Your Honor, I represent Joshua Williams.
Joshua Williams. Okay, and Madam ADA, do you know what position he is?
Yes, Your Honor, that's position 23.
23. Thank you so much. Give me just 1 second to get to that one. And let me ask this of the public defender's
That's
office
it,
while we're
Rick.
doing that. Did you guys have a chance to review the warrants with Mr. Williams before court today? Someone from the public defender's office?
Kelly, good to see you.
Yes, Your Honor, I have.
Thank you so much. Okay, so counsel, it seems like the public defender's office already read his warrants to him earlier today. Would you want to waive a formal reading of the particulars of the warrant, or would you like the warrants read?
We'll waive reading, Judge.
Perfect. Okay. So Mr. Williams is here in case 2200.
All right, we'll hear this one and then we'll jump over there.
Aggravated assault, strangulation, 1 count of simple battery, harm, and 1 count of false imprisonment. And I can hear from you as what you would like me to take into consideration before setting bond.
Your Honor, my client's 25 years old. He's got a job as a skilled auto technician. He's got no prior convictions. He has a place to stay at his grandparents in Decatur, and we're asking that Your Honor consider setting a bond, and if an ankle monitor is appropriate, we understand that, but we'd ask that he be allowed to leave for work, court, attorney purposes only, and that is what we're asking.
This attorney, man.
Thank you. And I will hear from the state.
Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant does have one cycle, as Your Honor may be aware from the warrant, that is
I don't think so,
a
Rebecca. I
2021
don't
family
think so.
violence battery against the same victim in this case. So the state does have serious concerns about the safety of the victim. We have attempted contact, but have been unable to hear from her at this time. But regardless, the state is going to request no contact and bond in the amount of $15,000.
Goodness.
And was there a special condition in the original family violence battery case?
Your Honor, I was unable to determine whether or not there was a special condition at this time.
Okay. So we don't know yet if this might be an aggravated stalking type situation or not.
That I don't know, because there'll be people in
Give me
here
just
with
one moment, both of you, if you don't
regular
mind,
clothes
give me the
on
warrant.
sometimes. So it's it's really weird. I am going to go ahead and jump over
Have you guys
to
had any contact
Judge
with the alleged
Herman
victim, this time?
and see what he's
So, Your
up
Honor,
to.
we have attempted, but we have not been able
Oh
to
yeah,
make
she wants
contact
that
with the
money,
victim.
son.
Thank you.
Get paid. She wants the big ones. I didn't think there was. I mean, I remember there was, cameras in court. She had shows like Court Cam and stuff like that. Trustees have different colors. Louisiana Dub coming in hot with the answer. All right, guys, hold on to your hats. We about to make a jump. I'm gonna just throw this up here for a second, so you don't have to look at my big giant face. It's something nobody wants to see. Hopefully everybody had a outstanding Easter and everybody stayed level 1 outstanding the whole entire time. I know a lot of you have asked about Twitch. We are set up now on Twitch, or should be in the next day or so. Everything's been filled out and ready to go. And speaking of filled out and ready to go.
See what happens. Give me that June date again. June 20th?
Yes, sir.
Judge Herman, everybody.
June 20th.
I'm doing my best.
2022. At 9:30. And I'll have you in person.
Wow. It's raining here.
Oh, Judge, I'm sorry. I'm mistaken.
What?
That has become a holiday for the court.
What do you mean?
What?
The Juneteenth?
Yes, you didn't make it to 27th, I'm sorry.
We're off on June 20th?
Yes, Judge, we need to move on to the next case.
I had not
Please
heard that.
adjust the date for this gentleman to appear. I did forward you the emails.
This lady that works in the court with him is
27th of June.
as nasty as him.
I'm not planning to be here that day.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, you do what you gotta do, Jay. People just have to understand.
Let's try July 11th. That gives you even more time to get your license.
Well, the judge didn't know what days they had come.
All right,
off
July
already.
11th at 9:30.
Jordan, good to see you, buddy.
When did this email get sent out?
Last week, one day, I don't know exactly. We have a long way to go today.
All right.
Later.
Look at her face
I
she's
forwarded
making.
you the email last week when I got it, sir. You'll get a notice in the mail, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Don't drive, okay? Don't drive. Because if you get more on here, that's not going to be helpful, okay?
So we got people in the courtroom today and people
of the
on Zoom.
State of Michigan versus Clinique Angela Miller. This is case
Clinique?
number 20G00579.
Clinique. Wasn't that some sort of like
ST.
makeup?
Let me swear you
Clinique.
in. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth to the best of your knowledge, understanding, and belief.
Yeah.
What is your name? Spell that. Okay, Mr. Wheaton, she's your client.
I'm good.
Thank you, Judge Rob. Representing Ms. Miller, I spoke to her this afternoon.
Is her attorney drunk?
She is charged, I believe, with the open intox in the vehicle. The offer is allow her to plead to disorderly person. Facts supporting that would be simply the facts supporting the original charge. And my understanding is, but if I was wrong last time, Ms. Miller, you wish to avail yourself of that offer and enter into the disorderly person?
Okay, is that what you want to do, ma'am?
These people in the courtroom are going
Other
to be
than that plea
hard to hear.
agreement, has anybody promised you anything to get you to plead guilty to disorderly person? Is anybody forcing you to plead guilty to disorderly person? Has anybody threatened you to get you to plead guilty?
He's going to come out of there in a minute, Lynn. Be ready.
Anybody tell you that I will go easier on you if you plead guilty to that charge? You understand that it carries a penalty of up to 90 days in jail and or $500 in fines and or 2 years probation.
He's going to let it slide.
She needs a form. I thought there was one in here.
Nightbot, stop.
Yeah, she's got to have an advice of rights form. I thought there was one in.
Stormy, good to see you. Have a seat. Hopefully there's not very many people in the courtroom. Because, I mean, I can hear them, but I can't hear them. These people are all complaining a while ago about having to wait so long and everything. They're all pissed off. All the Zoom people.
Mr. Eaton, she needs an advice of rights form.
Is Lori drawing? I can't tell what she's doing. Whether
Mr.
she's
Eaton,
drawing
she
or
needs an advice of rights form, please.
Eric, if I could figure it out, I'm gonna say Mr. Timothy Green has his phone sitting on the floor charging. That's a door frame right here. There's a TV on a wall. So you're looking up from the floor at the ceiling. And over here, you got the trap door. And beautiful paintings at Ronnie's house. And Lori down here, well, I have no idea what Lori's doing. She's either making a menu for a restaurant she plans on opening one day, or she's just scribbling all over the place like she's drawing. I don't think she does. No. Some of these courtrooms, some of the things they are gotten away with
What was the amended charge again, sir?
would piss off some of
Disorderly
these judges so bad.
Okay, ma'am, you understand you're going to give up the rights that are on that form.
Yes, sir.
Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
What child is that? Wait, this is your cousin?
Yes.
Why would you bring your cousin to court?
And she stays with me, and the babysitter didn't come in time.
What?
I put it in court by the time it was-
She brought her cousin. Oh, you lucky. So lucky, Bonita.
Okay. You said you plead guilty?
Yes, sir.
What did you do on May 21st of 2020 that makes you believe you're guilty? So what does that mean?
Drinking in the car.
Drinking what?
Every side of the party.
Alcohol.
Yes, sir.
She was drinking
Were you a
alcohol?
passenger or driver?
I was a passenger. I was drinking. I had my drink.
And how did you get somebody get pulled over?
Yeah.
So where were you at when you got pulled over?
I believe it was off of Saginaw.
Let me know if you guys are having a hard time hearing these people in the courtroom.
How about
If so,
40
we'll jump
how
out.
about 409 East Patterson?
That's what I said.
Was it in front of your house? Well, let's see what they're saying. Was it in the city of Flint? Let me ask you that.
Yes,
Val, good to see you.
You know it was in the city.
yes, sorry, about the Saginaw Street, right before you get to part of the road, but I'm not exactly sure. It's not street.
How about York near Martin Luther King?
That's.
And there's a factual basis to support the plea. It's knowing, voluntary, and active.
You can't hear them?
So why didn't you come to court? They had to issue a bench warrant for you.
The second time, I was on Zoom and the phone.
We'll jump back to the other one. Because if you guys can't hear these people speaking
Why did I think this is
in
a
court,
Perry
there's no
case.
reason
Why
to
did I
be
get?
here.
Where's it Marsh have in this case?
What is she eating? Is she chewing on something? What are you doing, Lori? She got in her mouth.
You didn't appear for a pretrial July 14th.
Oh, she's cleaning her
2020.
teeth.
Judge Perry issued a bench warrant.
Fred Franklin, double F. How's it going, bud? And a goof evening to you as well. So these people, some of these people are in the courtroom today. And some of these people are on Zoom. If you guys are having too hard of a time hearing them, we'll jump out. But if you guys want to just stick here, we'll stick here. This is y'all's show. I just work here.
Okay.
She
I'm
didn't
going
even
to set
eat
this
anything.
matter for sentencing. Give me I can do this next month.
She's flossing. Oh, okay. Yeah.
How is it that you happened to come in here recently?
I had the court date 2 weeks ago when they got the adjourned.
What are we doing on May 2nd?
I'm sorry, what day, Judge?
May 2nd?
That's fine.
I'm going to adjourn this for sentencing to May 2nd, 2022 at 9:30. You can be on Zoom. Speak up, ma'am.
I said, I'm sorry, I didn't hear that last part.
On Zoom? What happened when you tried to be on Zoom before? What happened?
It kept disconnecting, my phone was messed up.
Then I tell you what, you come in person though. Wear a mask, come in person.
Wow.
Okay.
Oh, now she's got to come in person. Good job.
Give her a
lady.
notice. Glenda?
No, Glenda had to leave.
Okay.
Oh, but good to see you, bud. You do that working on that.
Are you
God
still
dang it, Nightbot.
still 409 East Patterson?
Nightbot
Gonna
is
mail you a notice. But I've told you on the record too. All right. See you then.
Ooh.
People of the city of Flint versus Chatorial and East Starks. Case number 21G016330M. This is a charge of disorderly conduct and disorderly persons. Let me swear you in. Raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth to the best of your knowledge, understanding, and belief. What is your full name? All
Me
right.
too, Jules. Me too.
Mr. Wheaton, he's your client.
She is, Judge, but I don't see a note here.
Well, is she
did.
gonna plead to attempt disorderly conduct?
You can
She wants it.
admit attempted disorderly conduct. I mean, either you did
Okay,
or you
ma'am.
didn't.
You were one of the people who made a big to-do about how you had to wait and all that business. And I see here that you got a bench warrant. You didn't show up when it was on Zoom. So,
Mr. Elliott up there eating his finger.
Didn't hear us on Zoom before.
Why?
They had rescheduled it when I was on Zoom. And then I may have missed one court day. I do believe I did miss one, but I just had a lot.
$10
going on.
the smells kid picks his nose and eats it.
It's a murder case, so I kind of got my dates and stuff mixed up.
Oh, Elliot up there looks like he wants to pick his nose. Mr. Elliot. Riantre. I can't even say his name right. We got quite the cast of characters here. Whoa, Cassandra out of nowhere. Is she in surgery?
you didn't say you were the victim in a murder case, did you?
Yes,
You can't be the victim in a murder case if you're alive.
I mean, it's a case that I got going on here. They been attempted murder case.
She was a victim in a murder case.
Okay, well, we sent you notices.
He said you can't be a victim in a murder case
insufficient address
and be here. Thank you for the. Is that I don't know what that even means, but we'll say cheer 100 as well. Thank you.
Come up here.
Twitch is going to be a new thing that we're learning now that Twitch is all enabled and ready to go now.
Is that your correct address?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, I'm going to have to.
Can't be a victim in a murder case and be here.
Having a pretrial and a jury trial, we got to put it into June.
Do I go back?
You can go back to the podium. All right, we're going to
love him
for final pretrial and a jury trial. Give me the June dates.
The 13th is the pretrial and the 16th is the jury trial.
June.
13.
Both of these will be at 9 in person. June 13th and June 16th. You understand that? I didn't hear you.
Yes, I didn't understand.
Oh man.
Okay, well, is there a trial date in the attempted murder case or assault case or whatever it is?
You say, is it a foul?
Trial date. Is there a trial date?
Yes, I'm not sure exactly when it is though right now.
Well, I hope that date works.
Okay.
It would be helpful to know if they told you a trial date. So, ma'am, I don't know how to tell you to write down the dates, but
Say with the mail, it was sent back. If I'm not getting the mail, then well, now I'm gonna make sure I put it up in my phone. But if I'm not getting the mail, then how that work?
well, the thing of it is, under the court rules, if you move, you're supposed to let the court know in writing of your forwarding.
I didn't hear that.
There we
I
go.
suspect that the zip code is wrong.
What zip code do you
Oh,
have?
you're right. You're right. That did say 07. It's 06.
Well, that's why I asked you to check the address for me.
That's why the mail's not reaching you.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna see you in June. All right. Let's. Who was saying that? Is that the guy? Is that the guy who's causing all the problems this morning? Oh no, no! It's not your turn. It's not your turn. It's your turn. It's not your turn. You got to be quiet, really.
Wow,
caused
judge
enough
is coming in hot.
uproar.
Try to give you a proper address.
Then he can write it down. It ain't that hard. Write it down. Give it to her. Okay. What's going on with this?
The next one for you to call.
People of the city of Flint versus, I thought I called this, Shakira Marie
No.
Person.
I threw it earlier.
Shakira Marie Person, case number 21 G00764 OT. Charge is driving while license suspended. There's also a expired plates. And I think there's also a
Okay, cool. Thank you, Jay.
civil infraction of no proof of insurance. Let me swear you in. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is truth to the best of your knowledge, understanding, and belief. What is your name? Okay, Mr. Wheaton, this is your client.
She is probably representing this person. I believe the offer in that file to take care of all tickets is allowing an unlicensed driver to drive. And this person indicated she wishes to avail herself of that.
That's the way he likes it, Joe.
Is that correct, ma'am?
See, I've seen something a little different. They say they're just missing expired plates and driver license suspended. Was there a civil infraction for
Don't be sneaking in here,
It
Jeanette.
says if defendant pleads to no proof of insurance, dismissed driving while license suspended and expired plates?
That's the offer?
That's what's written on the front of the file. And there's
That's the offer? That's what we're gonna do.
a nollie pros for driving while license suspended and expired plates.
Okay.
But what I don't see is
Nah, that's the judge. That's Judge Herman.
what I don't
like that.
see is the form for expired plates. Not a civil infraction, Mr. Wheaton?
Judge, I don't, look at the ticket and see what it says.
I'm looking for the ticket in here.
This is Detroit's finest, I think. I think the other arm says finest. I can see a F. It could say Fred Franklin for all I know, but I think it says Detroit's finest. We'll see.
Well, it's certainly 0 points.
Is Timothy Detroit's finest? If anybody is part of the Discord and you're a member on
Get
YouTube,
to the bottom of the file here.
please let Fred Franklin know over there and he will get you into the private chat channel. Uh-oh, we got some Doritos. Well, thank
There
you.
we go. I think we
Thank
got
you
it.
guys. I appreciate it. You guys are the best.
It's a civil infraction.
I think the purpose of the offer, Judge, is the fact that we're pretty sure those civil infractions have been defaulted. So she's gonna have to pay him. The theory is okay, they have to pay him to we'll dismiss the driver's license.
All right.
I think Timothy
Shannon, can
was
you look
chewing
and
a piece of
see
plastic, by the way.
If she's defaulted on the
Yeah, he was chewing a
expired
piece
plate.
of plastic. And she back. Detroit's fishing. He's really big in the Detroit fishing circle. Joe, I think you might be onto something. Detroit's father,
If you can
maybe.
sit blunt, because looking by her name, they don't come up.
Yeah, it's a City of Flint ticket.
Oh, sorry, I spelled the last name wrong.
P-E-R-S-O-N.
Yeah, that thing of it, is what they call it, typo. Yes, they are,
Oh my God.
defaulted. The expired
You guys
plate
are
and no
great.
proof of insurance.
See, even Mr. Elliott up there thought it
Well,
was
here's
funny.
the funny thing about this.
Mom Michelle, good to see you.
Okay.
Yeah, a
If
nice
she
thumbs up
pleads
would
to no
be
proof of
good. Thank you.
insurance, Dismiss DWLS and expired plates. So no proof of insurance is default.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
It's showing currently due $288. The expired plate is showing 204.
Okay, the expired plates is, I'm gonna sign the Nolly Pros. So ma'am, you have to, you owe, based on the plea agreement, you haven't paid the civil infraction for the no proof of insurance. When are you paying that?
I haven't received nothing, man. We got in the mail, we got how much I have to pay.
She's gonna need time, Judge, to pay those tickets.
If
On
anyone
March
else
the
on
4th,
Facebook
her mail was returned
has
to the court
Prime, you
saying it's
can
bad
get a
address.
free subscription on Twitch and still help us out. Look at that. That's
let me look.
Hey, this is really important. Everybody read this. You'll get a free subscription
Sent to
and it'll
Suncrest
still help
Drive.
us out. Jay, thank you for letting everybody know that. Appreciate it. Everything's, I guess, active over there now, so feel free. Detroit's Food Bar.
I say some,
This new address.
it's 1014 East Holbrook.
1014 East Holbrook.
Oh, wow.
What's the zip code?
48505.
It's beautiful, Jeanette. It is a word search, yeah. But now
Well,
she's
two
like
more time, we need to fill out a
putting her
civil
face between her
judgment, and I
own
need to put a
bosoms.
date on there so it can be entered in the computer. When are you gonna pay this? It's 200 and,
Much is it, Judge?
let me see,
The total due.
165, isn't it? Oh, but she's got late fees and all that stuff, doesn't it?
It's showing $288 due right now. So does that change?
No. Because she's got late fees and stuff. She didn't come in originally when she got it, so.
There's already a default judgment on it, so we don't issue a new one, do we?
Well, I got it. How can I extend the time? I gotta be able to extend the time. I guess I can write in the file.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
I think the thing is, since you are defaulted, I guess you're gonna have to pay it when you can, but it's gonna continue to
Trying.
cause
Vinny,
you a
I'm
problem
trying.
with your license until you pay it.
I've got it set up. I spent this morning getting it all done.
Hey, everybody on this month, all this.
Got to do what he's got to do, Dustin. He's come over to fix this state. All these people that are on Zoom waiting are all pissed off. They're all mad.
Well, ma'am, if you want to get your license back, you're gonna have to pay it. So, you know,
Whoa,
it's already in
Lori.
default. And I don't know, you've already got the late fee and all that stuff, so.
She was
Pay
palming
it
a
as soon as you
basketball.
can.
That's understandable, sir.
I mean, if you don't pay it, you're not gonna, you know, your license is gonna be suspended. So, I mean, I don't know
So
what,
you pay, I'm gonna make sure I pay.
okay. So
You got the right address?
I wrote it in the file, but,
There's not gonna be anything else mailed. Judge.
yeah, you're not gonna get anything. You gotta go to that window and pay it whenever it is. I mean, they can give you something at the window that says that, you know, how much you owe, but she just looked on the computer and said it was what, 285? Is that what you said?
288.
288. $288.
Okay.
It's a CB radio show, all one word. C as in C Senor, B as in
All right. So let me
Bishop's
go
name is on
to
this channel. CB
people of
radio
the
show.
state of Michigan versus Jermaine Darnell Austin, 22G00338SM. This is a charge of disorderly person. And
I don't know who this person is. Hold on.
She's very animated. Breaking news. Got good news from the doctor. I'm finally getting surgery that'll remove my battery out of my butt cheek.
Start again, please.
all right, people of the state of Michigan versus Jermaine Darnell Austin.
That's also
case
scary sounding Terminator.
22G00338. That's a charge of disorderly person. Then he's got case 22G00337ST. That's driving while license suspended. There are also misdemeanors for improper plates. And I think I already said the disorderly person. Raise your right hand to be sworn. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth to the best of your knowledge, understanding, and belief.
Yes.
What is your full legal name? Spell that for my court record.
JERMANEDARNELLAUSTIN.
Okay, Mr. Wheaton.
These
he
people
is
are all
your
going to be
client,
so
all right?
pissy by the time the judge gets to them.
Mr.
Austin.
Austin, I spoke with him this afternoon, went over the charges, and I believe they're offering there of some sort, but at this time, Mr. Austin wishes the court to set the matter for a jury trial. Is that correct, Mr. Austin?
Yes, it is.
Both the driving while license suspended and the disorderly person?
Yes.
Yeah, he'll never clean that up. It's always like that. There's been a couple of times I thought he was going to fall head first because he'll start messing with stuff underneath the desk. I'm guessing underneath the desk is just as dirty as the top.
Sir, speak up.
He's tried to get a copy of the police report. They told him crap about they didn't have it or whatever. I have explained to Mr. Austin that this office will get him a copy of that. As it's
Was there one in the court file?
we'll get it, we'll arrange to get it to him before whatever your next date is, or at least no later than that. You're gonna set a final pretrial first, right?
Yes, yes, I am.
Have it to him by that date.
I don't want to know what that was, Benny.
Okay, why don't we try for May on this?
She's done everything in the world to them things. She's handled them.
And jury trials in 19.
Thank you so much, Jay. We appreciate it, man. The support you guys give us, it means a lot. We could not do this without you guys.
Okay,
Jay,
the final
Jay's
pretrial,
name
we'll
will
have that
be
on
etched.
Zoom. The jury trial date, which is going to be
She in a lot of trouble.
May 19th.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jay.
That'll be in person.
Final pretrial is May 16th.
Right. Now, the times, on the May 16th, that'll be 9 a.m. And on May 19th, the jury trial day, 9 a.m. Are you saying you have not seen the police report yet?
That's what he's saying, Judge. You're trying to get it.
Rest them wherever you need, Jen. Just throw them over a stranger's shoulder, whatever it takes.
We'll get him one. Like I said,
Tell you what.
Basically, Tim. Basically, he's great. He is great.
Okay. Got it.
That's such a simple one. It should be like, oh, you drive without a license. Next. They got all these stories. She's giving herself a self massage now. Timothy, I'm pretty sure, is asleep. Detroit's finest has now fallen asleep. Yeah, he's out. He's out. Good. And see, these people have been waiting so long to talk.
You might, Mr. Wheaton, since you're going to ask for discovery, you might also ask them to provide the interview, which was, it says audio and digitally recorded. He was interviewed.
does that indicate it was?
Yep. Sergeant Pritchard interviewed Jermaine Austin under Miranda at the office of the Genesee County Sheriff in the jail interview room.
Digital and video?
Sergeant Pritchard read Jay Austin his Miranda rights, which he stated he understood and agreed to talk with Sergeant Pritchard. Jay Austin stated he was not under the influence of drugs or alcohol at the time he spoke to Sergeant Pritchard. The entire interview was audio and digitally recorded.
All right, audio. All right. We will let them know we want that too.
Pretty bad when you're trying to say, well, I wasn't Mirandized. And then the judge is like, yeah, we got audio and video of it. So
That they have to give us that before they can have a trial, so we'll be getting it.
Well, that's fine, but I'm just suggesting that perhaps you ought to do a formal discovery request.
she found a change in there. She's finding all kinds of stuff over there.
Can watch the video.
Eric.
We all can watch it. If we have a trial, we all get to watch the video. So. All right.
Vivian, good to see you.
We will see you on May 16th on Zoom and May 19th in person. Both of these dates will be at 9 o'clock in the morning. Okay? Do not drive. Okay? If you pick up other new driving charges, believe me, I won't look upon that very favorably. You know what I'm saying?
She's reading a thank you card now.
I'll send you notices in the mail, sir.
Just make sure his address is.
Hello, Annie. Are you okay,
Still
Annie?
on Welch?
Annie, are you okay?
No, that's received now.
Lori is just like all over the place. Timothy woke back up.
That's where the notices went today. Is this the correct address on DuPont on this advice of rights?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I'll make sure they know that then.
Okay, we'll see you then. People of the state of Michigan versus Jonah, Darrell, Mixon, Webster. Case
Wow,
number
what a name.
G 01061 ST.
David.
Failing to display a valid license. All right, let me swear you in. Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth to the best of your knowledge, understanding, and belief?
Yes, Your Honor.
What is your full legal name?
Dr. Jonah Darnell, Mason West.
Did he say
Spell that for
doctor?
my court record.
JONAHDARNMIXON-WEBSTER.
Are you an MD or DO?
He's an
Where do you
MD, and
work?
here he is in trouble.
Huh?
Columbia University.
Well, why have we appointed a lawyer for you?
I don't think it's matter of trial.
Why aren't you paying for your own lawyer?
Because the state.
Are you employed?
Yeah.
Well, when did you get arraigned?
The doctor has a court-appointed attorney.
Well, actually, the arraignment got postponed. Went the whole day through Zoom around 4:25 when my case got called up. You noticed that something in the paperwork wasn't correct. And the matter was adjourned. But then.
I'm trying to understand why I got a university professor that the state's paying for their lawyer.
Well, I have trumped up charge.
But if you are a university professor, I would assume that you're earning income sufficient where you are not considered to be indigent.
I also believe that my rights dictate that I can get a state appointed attorney.
No.
If I may, Your Honor, there is if you make over $650, $700 a week. Either have
Yes.
paid counsel with a protective order, that means you have to pay the counsel back, or you have to hire your own lawyer. If that's the case, you have to hire your own lawyer, Judge. I would ask for you to set these matters out a little longer than you normally would. And then Mr. Webster contact lawyers in this town that happen to represent.
I am so far behind. How did I get so far behind? If I skip a comment, don't get mad. Oh, good for him that he don't want to waste his money on an attorney. He said, "You're going to give me one for free? I'll take it."
It's funny. I don't see
Judge isn't liking it at all,
where
though.
the form was signed.
True. This is true.
Well, I'm going to enter a protective order for now, but you're not. It's you have to meet certain income guidelines. He mentioned what they are for a fully provided lawyer by the state, or you have to reimburse the county. So,
Judge's phone's ringing. Judge's phone's ringing.
What do you teach?
I teach African American studies, creative writing, and regulation.
Oh my goodness. Sorry about that. You teach African American studies and what?
Creative writing.
Creative writing. Okay.
Oh, so he's like,
if you teach African American studies,
it's not a doctor,
which means you're certainly knowledgeable of history. I'm surprised that you would not want to hire your own attorney. I'm kind of surprised. Why would you not want to hire your own lawyer?
No, Judge, he didn't say he didn't want to hire his own lawyer.
He said he was entitled to have one appointed. That's what he said.
And how do you interpret that to say he doesn't want to hire his own?
Because the questions that led to that answer were,
If you tell him he doesn't qualify for counsel, he will hire his own.
Damn, this
why don't you
lawyer's
just fill out
feisty.
the request for court-appointed lawyer, and we can take it from there. In the meantime, let's set
Are you guys all subbing
you
over
teach in the
there?
summer?
Thank you. Wow.
No, it depends.
Where Columbia? Where's Columbia?
Judge, I'm confused. You asked him to fill out the form, this one that you already signed?
Yeah.
I'm actually a
Well, thank you
postdoctoral fellow.
Fake Twitch
So I
stars.
don't get
Hello.
the exact same salary as
I'll tell you this, Jules, but
Well,
those
you have
look
to
like
write down what your salary is on the form.
I don't know what those are. They're not stars though. Look like buttholes.
So Columbia right next to Barnard, right?
That's right.
Fill this out the day before he leaves.
Yeah, yeah.
Judge is pissed.
So are you teaching right now? I mean, schools, are you on spring break?
I'm flying to New York tomorrow afternoon to teach my 4 o'clock class.
Okay, well, let's do this. You said you don't know if you're teaching in the summertime.
As of right now, I don't believe I am, but that can change over the next couple of weeks to a month.
Well, I want
doing
your
the Lord's
appearances to
work.
be on Zoom, so you don't have to fly in here from New York, okay? But obviously, if we have a trial, you're gonna have to be here in person. So
That dude's feisty. Well, I appreciate it, guys. You guys are awesome. There's 15 of you over on Twitch. We've got the Twitch fired up and ready to roll, man. Thank you, guys.
So I'm trying to think about what a good trial date is. I'm trying to make sure I'm thinking about using the June dates.
That's what they look like.
The semester ends for me next week. A May date will be fine if that's okay with you.
He's in the wind. Loud of us. He's in the wind.
Yeah, I wouldn't be working in May if I would. I think the matter should be.
The problem is, the problem, is this his?
Yeah, that's why I gave it back to you.
The problem is, I don't think that you're gonna go to trial in May because there are cases that are older than yours that would probably go ahead. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, Your Honor.
But I don't want,
I believe that,
I
Robert.
prefer that this not interfere with your academic calendar. If we can do that.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Why don't I just give him a pretrial date and not a jury trial date, and he'll know his schedule for the rest of the year.
That's what I've suggested.
Okay, then we're gonna do that.
I almost felt like the judge was saying,
but I
almost felt like the judge was saying, you want a public defender? You know how bad those are? You don't want a real lawyer? I mean, it's almost, that's what I felt like he was trying to say to him.
Were you planning to come back to Flint in May or something? I guess I'm not understanding.
Yes, Your Honor. Part-time in both cities.
I see.
Right now, we're shooting a documentary. Scheduled to begin filming in May here in Flint. And then I'll be returning to, like I said, I'm a postdoc fellow at Columbia, so I teach one class per semester, per year.
Yeah, I think he took a liking to this guy.
A little bit more flexible.
Yeah, he was trying to talk him out like.
Interesting things could they possibly have going on in Flint that would be worthy of a documentary?
I don't know, there's a guy from Davis that made a pretty good living doing it. Batman.
Oh, you mean Michael Moore?
That's exactly what.
No, I mean, I was being sarcastic, right? I'm being sarcastic about that. We got all kinds of things that people have made films about Flint now. We've got to be the most famous town of under 100,000 in the Midwest.
He's there to make a documentary.
Okay, then let's set your pretrial.
Yeah, I finally sat down and filled out the paperwork this morning.
You could do it on Zoom. That's what I'm, trying to.
I finally broke down and did it.
Let's try May 23rd. for your next pretrial, okay?
All right, thank you.
He's just letting them sit there
So what
swinging
is
the
the
wind.
subject of the documentary, just so I know?
It's called Upheaval, Environmental Racism in Michigan.
Oh. See, I got a power plant or an asphalt plant that they're gonna try to build.
Yeah. I was slow doing it. Judge is hoping he could get in on this documentary.
What is the time on that date?
May 23rd, I'm gonna make it at 9:30 a.m. on Zoom. Did they ever give you the Zoom instructions?
Yes.
All right.
Oh,
Make sure he
trust me,
has
there's more to
those.
come.
See you on Zoom.
All right, thank you.
All right.
Zoom. Jason's a big time Twitcher, man. I'm glad to see him here. He brings a little prestige to the channel. Big time.
Need the original, right, Dad?
What's that?
You don't need, we just need original of this,
You probably don't have the caption filled at the top, do you?
case number.
You got to fill in the caption. Let her fill that in. Just
Yes, it was environmental
have a seat and
racism.
we'll get the paperwork done.
The name of it.
All right, let me
What's
call
the name
this
of
one. People of the City of Flint versus Thomas Willard Ross. William Ross, excuse me. Case number 21G01391 OM.
Hallelujah. Thank you so much,
Let me
Danny.
swear you
We
in.
needed.
You
I
solemnly
feel good
swear
if
or
I
affirm
get that.
the
far.
testimony you're about to give is the truth to the best of your knowledge, understanding, and belief.
Yes.
What is your full name?
Thomas Weaver Ross.
Spell that for my court recorder, please. Okay, here's your client, Mr. Wheaton.
Yeah.
They really
You
are.
know what? I didn't say what the charge was. I'm sorry.
You're
There
right,
are
Andy.
3 counts here. Counts 1, 2, and 3 are all charges of harassing communications.
Whoa.
Okay,
Harassment.
go ahead, Mr. Weaver.
Rob, we representing Mr. Ross, went over the file, the charges, and the offer. Mr. Ross, wishes this matter to be left on for trial, which is scheduled for Thursday. Is that correct, sir?
Yes.
All right, so
Somebody's
the
with Timothy.
offer was plead to count 1.
Yep,
dismiss
it's
counts
finest,
2 and 3,
confirmed.
No contact with the
Finest.
City of Flint HR department for 1
It's
year. You're
confirmed.
rejecting that offer, is that right?
At this point, yes, we're leaving it on for trial.
Thank you for a gentle reminder there, Jules. Yes, we have a
All right.
case-only channel. We got a case.
Leave it on for jury trial.
Set for Thursday, Judge.
I don't even know what that means,
April
Dave.
21st. At 9. In person, I guess, since you are since we're going to try to do a trial.
Many thanks.
Okay, Mr. Ross.
His desk is such a mess.
Are you still at
Such a mess.
Clancy Avenue,
Yes.
1514?
Yes.
Thank you, Mayor.
Well,
Spot
we
check
couldn't mail it to
news.
you before Thursday anyway, so
Hey,
telling
hey,
you
hey.
on the record.
He's aware he has to be back around Thursday.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you
All I
then.
want to do is a zoom, 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 and a boom, boom. Just shake your rope.
Great.
Check,
All
baby,
right.
check, baby one.
See you then.
Niner. Oh, look, there's a person. There's a kid at Detroit's finest. Jason's going to teach me what all this stuff means. Because, see, I'm sure nothing is coming through. If somebody sends something or does something over on Twitch, I will have no idea they did it. Thank you, Nancy.
Where? Some notes on this case anyway, because you called my attention and I missed it.
Truer words were never spoken, Vivian. Well, look at you, Windy City Bobby. Look at that. Jason knows it all. He's a pro. We got to be about done with the people in the courtroom. Got to be. Gots to get to these folks.
File or anything?
Yeah.
Giving by much time in Brisbane chat. Oh well.
Probably a good reason to have legal counsel.
Well, I was telling you, you had to have special permission to do that. It's not allowed.
Oh, you told him
I just saw it when I was giving him that form.
that? And then you told him.
Because it was on his screen, the bars moving.
Yeah.
And that is when I told him
Yeah.
that he cannot do
What's going on, Angie? Good to see you.
illegal is what I told him.
Right.
Glad you made it. Hope you're
So
doing
he had
good.
it on so that he could know what Mr. Wheaton said to him.
Oh yeah, he's got every case he's ever covered up there on that desk.
I love it.
In the courtroom, I believe, when we-
Is it gonna snow today?
Your Honor.
Yeah.
It's just
It's already snowing, Your Honor.
Great.
When the media was told to.
I love
leave,
this
believe
judge.
was in the
He just
courtroom.
doesn't give a crap.
Okay. It's snowing.
That's what I hear.
Yes, sir. We're supposed to get 4 inches.
We always get measurable snow in April, around Easter.
So
When
if
Easter
April
falls in
showers
April.
bring May flowers, what does snow bring?
What's she saying?
She said if April showers bring May flowers, then what does snow bring?
Weeds.
Dig grass. He says he talking about some weeds.
Okay, I need to see Walter, DeAndre, Erastus Trouser. This is
How
State of
many
Michigan
names
versus
do these
case
people
number
have?
21G1285SM. Operating a motor vehicle
Without a
without
license.
security.
Without security.
And let me see, were there civil infractions?
Oh, are we in the
Yes,
bathroom?
Mayor, he's gonna be pleading to a civil infraction.
I think Lori just took us to the bathroom.
Yeah, but you know what? Oh, he's pleading to no proof of insurance. Okay, let me swear you in. Raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth to the best of your knowledge, understanding, and belief. What happened to your mask?
Oh, when I was.
Put your mask, don't we have?
Oh, judge is a mask stickler.
Were you told to be here in person or on Zoom?
I couldn't imagine working for him.
It says Zoom. I don't understand why you're here in person.
Said Zoom.
Yes.
Oh, that's, the fact that he's here beneficial because we can actually get the case taken care of.
No insurance, that's what it means? Okay, thank you.
Yeah, but you know, I don't have to worry about people's mask hygiene and stuff like that. So, you know.
I mean, like the rights, right?
She folds a mean towel.
Okay, did you state your name for the record? I don't think that you did. State your full name for the record.
Okay, it's Walter DeAndre, a racist child.
Spell that for my court recorder, please.
A racist.
Their whole name.
WALTER, was DeAndre, DEANDRE, slash, Arraignment, ARASIS.
Stop my light.
TROUSER.
Okay, Mr. Wheaton.
It took him forever.
Thank you,
His
Honor.
name's spelled.
Rob Weed representing Mr. Krauser has indicated he's got a charge of not driving without insurance. The offer is no proof of insurance. Takes it from a misdemeanor to a civil infraction. He, Mr. Krauser, is going to enter a plea of responsible to a civil infraction. Is that correct, Mr. Krauser?
Yes.
Okay, I do not see a devices rights form filled out. Actually, we're just missing the no insurance, so I need a judgment for the no
Nate,
proof of insurance.
glad you made it, bud.
All right, so Mr. Trouser, is that what you want to do, is plead responsible to no proof of insurance?
Yeah.
Yes.
Egg
Okay,
Monday.
so let's see what that is. The state law.
Is that what it's called? Like Easter Monday here? Oh, we're done pooping,
It's
guys.
$165 fine.
Well, very good. Stay strong there, Mr. Jason.
What are you
Did
paying?
DJ Casely die?
Mr. Krauser will need some time. What was the amount? 265?
165.
Couple weeks, we should be able to have it done. Is that correct, Mr. Krauser? Thank you.
The public defender sounds like he's like 180 years old. He really does.
Giving you till May 9th.
I don't know what also
3 weeks, right?
Comes in, drops his keys and phone in the same place every morning. That's right. I guarantee he
All right,
does, man.
The headers have to be filled out. All right, sit down and
doubt
she'll give you your paperwork, all right? Mhm.
I didn't see her wash her hands.
Okay, I'm going to call next. People of the City of Flint versus Asia Robert Graydon Brown, case number 21 G01218.
Why does everybody in Flint,
OM.
Michigan have 4 names?
This is a charge of
That's terrible.
domestic assault and battery. Domestic violence assault and battery, that's what it's called. Domestic assault and battery. Let me swear you in. Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth to the best
There
of
you
your
go, in.
knowledge, understanding, and belief?
Yes, Your Honor.
What is your full name?
Asa Robert Graydon Brown.
Can you spell your name for my court record?
ASAROBERTGRAYDON.
Okay, Mr. Wheaton, this is your client.
I do not have a Brown file this today.
Huh?
Oh, I hope not.
Well, I'll tell you what the city attorney wrote in here. They wrote adjourn to contact victim.
And that's what he wrote on for today.
Yeah,
Contact the alleged the complaint, correct?
I give him 5
yeah,
stars.
somebody named Hart. Daniel Hart.
May I?
Yes.
Brown, the prosecutor hasn't had a chance to talk to the complaint. This is the first. They can't and won't They have to talk to
Good
them,
question, Rick.
and they won't come at you with any offer until they have done so.
Okay.
So they're asking for an adjournment so they can talk to her, then decide what they're gonna offer you. You object to that.
Yes. Oh, yeah, sorry, I meant to say no.
So you don't object to the adjournment, correct?
Correct.
All right.
This happened at his group home. Who's the gentleman in the back?
My father, so.
What's your name?
I don't even know what that means, but Jason says to do it. I would do it.
Brown Jr.
Okay. And you're Mr. Brown's father?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't forget, we got Mini Chase Monday
All
coming
right,
up today.
let's get why don't we try that May 23rd date?
Wow.
For pre-trial.
523.
Yeah, I'm gonna adjourn it for till May 23rd, 2022
Did I miss it, Andy?
at 9:30. So let me ask you this, would it be easier for you to be
Her
on
ceiling
Zoom?
has a nipple.
Well, originally it was on Zoom today, but like they told me to come here right away. So I was originally on Zoom, but like I had to watch Hill, and they told me to watch Hill.
Do it by Zoom, dude.
Yeah, I want you to stay on Zoom. Make sure you charge your phone or have your phone plugged in.
Sure.
I don't have a cell phone, you know, I was using my father's cell phone.
Well, just make sure you have the charger and you have it plugged in, because when you're on Zoom, it draws a lot of power. So
Okay,
you're not to have contact with Daniel Hart, you understand?
yes, Your Honor.
And no weapons, you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
You hear how weird that guy's saying, yes, your honor.
All right. Let's give him his notice. Can you hand him his notice today? Because I don't know if he's still at the address
This
where,
one I will.
I'm thinking he might not be at the address that they have there.
That's fine, I will.
I bet he's got some
Okay,
stories
have
to
a
tell.
seat and she's gonna give you your notice.
Okay.
Go ahead, Judge.
All right.
You're gonna do the jail people next?
I'm gonna have to call and see whether or not we can get that. So do somebody on Zoom while I'm writing this notice, please.
This is the Hauser case. People of the City of Flint versus Joe Quinn, Ray Hauser.
Oh,
Case
hell, here
number
we go.
21G 01054OM.
About time.
Who's here on this?
Mr. Wheaton and Mr. Hauser.
Representing Mr. Hauser.
Well, let's get the defendant to enter his appearance.
Oh,
Sir, state your name for the record.
awful day that is.
Joaquin Ray Hauser. JOAQUINRAYHAUSER.
All right, so are we leaving this on for trial?
Yes. Is that correct, Mr. Hauser?
Yes, Mr. Wheaton.
Thank you, sir.
And the trial is scheduled for the 21st,
That's correct.
which is this Thursday.
Oh, Jen's got a new picture and everything over here. Good to see you over there, Jen. I love it when you guys have new
9
pictures.
o'clock in person, okay?
Yes, sir. Thursday, 21st, 9 a.m. in person.
Correct.
Thank you.
You, sir.
All right.
You have a good day now, Your Honor.
All right.
Well, that was quick. Maybe. Or the dude just had a mouthful of rocks.
Do we have people in the hall?
No, we don't.
I don't think so, Judge. I think we are done with.
We got to Zoom it. All the Zoom people now. Oh, don't say that. I've been here too long. No taking recesses. Let's knock these people out. DJ Hauser.
Judge.
Uh-oh.
David Wilson. I've been sitting here waiting.
Uh-oh.
David Wilson.
So there's other people waiting too, Mr. Wilson.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Your
I'm
Honor,
sorry.
I might suggest that we have, see, one, Mr. Wilson is one of those.
I just started the record for the files I gave to you, Your Honor. If you would call that matter, it would be, I could finish this notice and then we could maybe address.
Reconfigure.
Yeah,
Also, do you have to turn on or make sure the thing doesn't drop out?
I already did. Please
Okay.
call what's in front of you so that we can keep moving.
Cassandra, this is people of the city of Flint versus Cassandra Lynette Gilliam. This is case 21G.
We got a bunch of people waiting.
01299 OT, that's driving while license suspended. Then she has case number 21G 01642OM. That is a charge of assault and battery. That's count 1. Count 2 is trespassing. Okay. Is the defendant here?
Yes, I'm here, sir.
State your name for the record, your full name.
Cassandra Lynette Gillum.
Okay, Mr. Wheaton.
Thank you, Your Honor. Representing Ms. Young, I spoke with her today. Over file and over charge of offer, and her desire at this time is to have the matter set for a jury trial. Is that correct, Ms. Young?
They're gonna make sure David Wilson
Yes, sir, it
waits
is.
to very
That's for the
last now.
21st.
Oh, smoke
Are you
detector.
already scheduled for the 21st?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think so, Mr. Wheaton.
All right, well, we're requesting that we left out for the 21st.
We'll leave it on for trial for Thursday. You need to be here in person.
Yeah, he's got to shut his mouth.
Yes, sir.
Judge, what about me, David Wilson?
9
I've
a.m.
been here waiting.
I'll be there at 9 a.m. And I know this ain't got nothing to do with the matter, but yes, Judge, it's snowing and we getting 4 inches because I heard you ask that earlier.
Well, springtime in Michigan.
Right.
4 inches. And smoke detector needs a battery.
All right. We'll see you Thursday.
Yeah, he's about to
Thank
send
you.
him. He's got to have to show up in person next time for sure. Judge gonna fix him.
Hmm?
Is that the 14th? I mean, the 21st?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Wheaton, I think we have
Good to see you over there, Wrench.
4 defendants that are wanting to be adjourned. Is that right?
For the one jury trials?
I don't know. I was
Night
told
bot.
these all need adjournments.
Who are they?
McGee, Willingham, Wilson, and Antoine Green.
Okay.
All of our people up here,
Mr.
except for
Wilson,
Mr. Elliott, want
Wants
adjournments.
a jury trial. Mr. Green, and I can't remember what they're already set today. Wants a jury trial. What was the other 2 names? Willingham
Yes.
and the other one?
And McGee, MCGEE.
He's old as Methuselah, man. I'm telling you, he's old.
McGee.
There's a plea or there's an offer in there. So I got that one wrong.
She wants to take, you're talking
Sherman.
about Lori McGee, right?
Yeah.
Indicates she wanted to take it.
Yes, he did ask that earlier.
We have an Annette, well, that's the same person.
Okay, let's still do these one at a time because otherwise we don't have the record split up by the case.
Okay.
This is Mr. Wilson, Judge. who
I'd
wants
go
to be left out
insane.
of trial.
Willingham, you're right, that's the
All right, ready?
Go ahead.
Yes, do it.
People of the state of Michigan versus David Allen Wilson. Case number 21G00881SM. Assault and battery is the charge.
Oh, David.
Right here, sir.
State your full name for the record.
David Allen Wilson,
Spell your name for my court recorder, please.
David, Allen, Allen, and Wilson, Wilson.
Okay,
Not today.
Mr. Wheaton, this is your client.
No fame for me.
Mr. Wilson, Dr. Mr. Wilson, did, I know the charge, whatever offer was in the file, Mr. Wilson indicated his desire is to have this matter set for a jury trial. Is that correct, Mr. Wilson?
Yes, sir.
Welcome back in. Dan's gone. It's back. It's back. Yeah, he beat up somebody, so he's a real piece of work.
I was in a 95-degree weather and it was sweating, and she opened up the door and sweat got on her. She tried to say
Don't talk about your case. Don't talk
right.
about your case at this time.
What did he just say? What the hell?
Right.
What was that all about? He started yelling. It was 95 degrees.
Okay.
I made a mod, but I'll get over there and do it right now.
You know, I think I want to set this for pretrial. Mr. Wheaton, there are photographs in the court file of the alleged victim's injury. Do you think that it might be beneficial for everybody if the client comes in person to the next pretrial?
That's fine, set a final pretrial.
I've been sick, sir.
I'm sure you have. Yeah, we get it. You've been sick, sir.
Have you got something that's contagious?
It's cancer, sir.
Okay.
Are you receiving treatment?
Not at this time yet.
You anticipate that you're going to be? Because I guess I want to know how to schedule it.
I'm trying to get this kind of past me so I get in the hospital, but you know, I didn't assault nobody.
You're assaulting me right now.
All right, we're going to set this for pretrial. I want to have a June date.
I'd like
Why
to
don't we
request
try
body cam footage or whatever too.
Excuse me?
I said I'd like to request body cam footage or whatever if I can.
Body cam footage.
I don't know that they got body cam. I don't think nurses wear body cams, Mr. Wilson.
They're saying it's a nurse. I don't even know who they're saying I assaulted.
A nurse.
A nurse where?
Let's not be talking about the case. Either one of us. Forget it, just left it on the track.
Why don't we try June 13th? Is that going to work? For a pretrial date?
Sure.
I'm going to set this for a pretrial June 13th, 2022 at 9 a.m. in person. But sir, why is this trial keeping you from having medical treatment?
Because I feel I'm gonna be in there for a while, sir.
Well, look, no, listen to me. If you need to get medical treatment, you go ahead and get your medical treatment.
Why, if
If
it
you're
comes
like
down to,
Is he in a fish tank?
yes, sir.
If you're in the hospital, you know, on a court date, it's quite simple. All you got to do is have the hospital social worker
That's what it sounded like.
fax us a note or something. Do this all the time.
Okay.
We do this all the time. They can fax us a note or
I got
send
you,
us a
Jeanette.
note letting us know that you're in the hospital.
Okay.
But I don't want you in any way to say, oh, I can't have my medical treatment until this case is over with.
Yes, sir.
I think he's trying to use that as an
You go
excuse to
take
get
care of
out
your
of
medical needs.
trouble.
We'll work around it. Okay?
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right.
Sweat
Have a
gets
good day.
in her eyes.
The new date just is June. Pretrial date is June 13th at 9 o'clock in the morning in person, if you can be here.
Thank you.
Oh, by the way, and if you know ahead of time, you know,
I sure will, sir.
let us know or let
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Wheaton know.
One quick question.
Wait, hang on.
Yeah.
He's in the hospital. Is there someone who will get his mail that can help him to deal with it?
Somebody
Yes,
gonna
sir.
collect your mail if you have, or you have to
I'm
go
not
to the
for sure
hospital?
yet. I'm not for sure yet, sir.
Okay,
Not for sure.
But thank you.
well, all right.
Have a good day.
I got hepatitis C,
All right.
Your Honor. It's herpes, sir.
Don't have anything written. I don't know what they're trying to do.
Who?
These files don't have anything written in them. Just a moment.
What's up, monkey? Good to see you, buddy. Your Honor, I would like to see any of the dash cam footage from this assault.
All right, are these on the phone?
They're all on Zoom.
Okay.
Waiting for them to join in from the jail on one of the floors.
Oh, this man is in jail?
No, he's on Zoom, sir.
Oh, okay. People of the state of Michigan versus Antoine Dequan Green. Case number 21G01250 SM. That's aggravated domestic assault or domestic violence.
Are all these people beating up
And
people?
case number 21G01149 SM. That's aggravated domestic violence. Where is Mr. Green?
Muted.
I'm right here.
State your name, your full name, and spell it for my court recorder, please.
Antoine Dequan Green, ANTOINE DEQUANGREN.
Good job.
This is set for jury trial on this Thursday, and I guess I want to know.
We got a guy
what's
showing up
going
from
on, 'cause I
the
don't
court
see
jailhouse
anything
down here.
Written in here from the prosecutor.
Well, Mr. Green wants the matter left on, is it set for Thursday? He wants it left on for Thursday. It would be his fourth trial date.
Yeah, this the fourth trial day. You can need to get thrown out. It's holding me up.
Mr. Green, I'll
Yeah.
let the judge know.
It's
All right.
holding me up, Your Honor. I got you,
That
Jules.
according to Ms. Green, that the complaint hasn't shown up in the prior three. Frankly, I don't know why it's taking this long if she hasn't shown up for it to be dismissed. But if she's not here this Thursday, that would be she or he.
Did anybody speak to a prosecutor today?
I don't know that. I'm just letting you.
No, I mean, did you actually get to have a
Jason, do
conversation
whatever
with
you
a
need to over
prosecutor?
there, buddy.
Today?
Yeah.
You holding me up, Judge.
Yeah, I talked to him, but everybody knew it was gonna be left down for trial.
Well, I want to know if they've subpoenaed me. I think that was an issue. I think for
I
one of
don't
these.
know that. I'm just giving you this information.
Okay.
Apparently, 3 times before, the complainant has not appeared. There's absolutely no reason to suspect she's going to this time. And if she doesn't, it absolutely needs to be dismissed. Now, whether she's been subpoenaed, whether the city attorney has talked to her.
It's the county.
I gotta believe this is something that you and they have gone over in one of these other final pretrial trial things. I'm just letting the court know that at some point, when complaints don't
Enough's
show up,
enough.
cases need to be dismissed.
Yeah, he's right.
That's what Mr. Green wants you to know the background here. Just leave it on for the 21st, and we'll see whether anything changes as far as the appearance of a complaint.
All right, I'm gonna respond. If you don't mind.
Bring it on, Judge.
No, and I understand what you're saying, and
Okay, let me go ahead and respond.
I just don't have an answer for it.
It's my understanding that the alleged victim has not shown up. Now, if I don't know why the alleged victim hasn't shown up, and that's a very important, question to ask that needs to be answered. And in fact, at this point, I think I might just call the prosecutor down here so we can find out, what's going on. Because I don't want to tie him up unnecessarily, but I want to know, if they followed the victim's rights law and all that good stuff. Yeah, and I'll say this. I mean, I'm not going to speculate, and I think that you are speculating to some degree. I mean, it might be a fact that the victim hasn't shown up, but the reasons why, or going so far as to say there's no reason to believe that they will show up this time, that's a bit of, that calls for a lot of speculation. So I need to know. I need to know what's going on. I mean, look, 5 years from now, if you tell me some event didn't occur, there was no Easter egg hunt in 2020 and 2021. Well, 5 years from now, if you tell me that, I might want to look at the calendar and figure out, oh yeah, there was a pandemic going on. Yeah, there was no Easter egg hunt, or there was no St. Patrick's Day parade in those years. So facts without an explanation don't mean anything.
I understand completely what you're saying, but let me respond by this, and then I can't tell you how many times I have in court heard a judge say, well, you have a history of not showing up. You have a history of not showing up, so we're not going to give you a PR bond because we want to make sure you show up. What's the difference?
I'll tell you what the difference is.
No, there is no difference.
There's a big difference.
No,
Here's the difference.
no, there's not.
Here, I'll
Judge is
tell you what the
getting
difference
rowdy.
is. Understand, when we're talking about a victim of a crime, the case is brought in the name of the people of the state of Michigan.
That's not even my point.
No, but the victim doesn't have a say. You are making a big assumption that the victim is not showing up because she doesn't want to show up. If we have a situation where the victim doesn't want to prosecute the case, then I am more than willing to dismiss it if the victim wants to come forward and say that. And Mr. Wheaton, I don't think there's anything that prevents you from interviewing the victim.
My point was simply this. If the court can use past conduct to support to deny a PR bond because your past conduct shows you have a history of not showing up. It's no different when a complainant has a past conduct of not showing up. And the fact that I used that history to make my assumptions, the same thing courts do all the time when they talk about people who have a history of not showing up.
And you know what, Mr. Wheaton? When I am presented with a situation where I have a defendant who has a
I don't
history
like
of not
chitlins
showing
at all.
up,
I've eaten them several
I
times.
ask
don't
why
like
they
them
weren't
that much.
here. And you've seen me do that even today. I ask why they didn't show up. I allow people to explain.
That's the public defender.
I don't, if you're telling me, are you telling me that you know that this victim was subpoenaed and disregarded the subpoena all these times?
I'm not into that.
Because if you're saying that, that has a whole new meaning.
We're wasting time here. My point was simply.
Well, I mean, but that's a big difference. If the victim doesn't know to be here.
Past history, if it can be used by the court to support a decision, it can be used by defense counsel to make a determination.
I agree, assuming that both a victim or a defendant knew that they were supposed to be here.
Well, one time they didn't know, shame on the court or the prosecutor's office.
Everybody's laughing
What
now.
about
They're
the
like,
other two
damn.
times?
Were they subpoenaed?
I don't know. You would know more about this case than I would. That's the first time I'm dealing with it.
Well, I tell you what, we're gonna call Mr. Bo Grackus in here. And we're gonna have him actually conduct the pretrial. Because I'm tired of the prosecutor's office just.
Well, if they're dropping the ball, then I think me and Mr. Green would agree with what you're saying.
Well, and I'm gonna tell you, Mr. Wheaton.
These
since
two
I
are
have
just
been
going back and forth.
Doing criminal, not my choice.
I understand that.
Not my choice at all.
I need those files, don't please.
Not my choice at all. But since I've been back doing criminal,
I don't know, Dolphins fan.
I have to say, my observation is both the city attorney's office and the prosecutor's office has done, in my opinion, not that good of a job in adequately notifying victims and even following.
That means something, right?
The Van Regenmorter victims' rights law. They've done a very bad job.
Let's get hold of Mr. Bograckus. In the meantime, let's take some of these other.
Because, you can't, my understanding is that the victim, the alleged victim and the defendant are, grandmother and grandson.
I'm with you, Monkey. It seems like,
we gotta know what's going on.
This person's going to show up
pass
in
it.
court.
Who's on the jail booth?
Don't go away, Mr. Green.
There's two people on the jail screen, and I can't.
We're all set up now over there on Twitch.
One of them is
Copper.
called 5CD, the other is 4AB. We need to know who one of you are so we can call your case, please.
I'm Deloitte Brody, OAB.
Okay?
All right, we're gonna call that.
Just find it real quick.
So what is I'm holding here for?
What?
What did my lawyer tell me to wait here for?
Waiting for the prosecutor to come down and explain what they've been doing with your case.
Oh, okay.
One right now.
Are you gonna go with the jail or go back to this?
No, we're gonna give Mr. Maxwell the file. And I'd like to know if the victim, we've had 4 trial dates. I want to know if the victim has been subpoenaed for those dates.
He's leaving no stone unturned. Good to see you, Gritty Kitty. Gritty Kitty.
You're not on that record, Judge. Are we going back?
Well, I'd like
it's off the hook crazy
something
today.
Documenting what's going on with notifying the victim and what's going on. I don't see any. I want to know what's going on so far as the victim's rights law being followed. So let me go to this other case, and then while you're looking that over, okay?
Go ahead.
This is City of Flint versus Deloitte Darnell or Deloitte Darrell Brody. Case number 22G00478OM. Count 1 is assault and battery. Count 2 is trespass.
Working on it, Pike. Thanks.
Let me swear you in, sir. Raise your right hand to be sworn. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth to the best of your knowledge, understanding, and belief?
Yes.
State your full name for the record, please.
Really? Oh, wow.
Eloise Daryl Brody.
Spell that for my court recorder.
Hallelujah.
Loice. Daryl, Darrell. Brody, Brodie.
Okay.
You like the sexy Creed right there with the wig on and stuff and the smoke hanging out of his mouth? You like that?
All right. So I'm looking here. Mr. Wheaton.
Well, enjoy your lunch.
John Rob, we represent Mr. Brody. I spoke with him today. We're over the assault and battery and trespass charge, and the offer, which I know to indicate is plea to attempt A and B, dismissed the trespass, and I believe the prosecutor, city attorney, has recommended that he get 14 days time served. And that's what I spoke to Mr. Brody about. And Mr. Brody, I believe, wants to accept that offer and enter a plea. Is that correct, Mr. Brody?
No contest plea.
Right, no contest. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, I don't see that he signed an advice of rights form.
I think we're gonna have to adjourn it to get that back, Judge. There's no one in the video area at this time. I just emailed them over or sent them over though. For the 4 people we're gonna see at the jail.
Yeah, lots of greens in here today, huh?
What? Okay.
Oh, so when I see those badges, I'll know those people are.
Are you in jail on
cornerstone.
something other than this,
I like that.
Mr. Brody?
No, listen, I don't know, man. PPO, I think. I got a little private here. I think it's a PPO hearing tomorrow, Wednesday. I wouldn't be leaving today.
You won't be leaving today
No.
because you've got a case on Wednesday.
It's a hearing.
Hallelujah. Our guy, good to see you. Thank you for
Okay,
that.
well, Mr. Wheaton,
Tier 1
will
sub.
we put this over to Thursday?
That's up to the court. I won't be, this is the only day I'm.
My problem is he can't sign the form because there's nobody at the jail to give him.
I understand that problem. You can set it on Thursday. I don't want him to spend any
Thank
more
you
time
for
in there
the
than he
100
has
G
to.
cheer
Well,
there.
And somebody will be here representing you on Thursday. I will not be here because I don't work that time. Somebody from our.
Jason, I need you to set me up a
Okay,
tutorial.
we're going to
please.
adjourn this to April 21st, 2022 at 9 a.m. for a.
These people are all losing their mind in court
And,
today.
and I'm going to make a note. No
Joe,
jail
thank you for the stars over there on the Facebook.
personnel
Hallelujah for
to
that.
give advice.
Yes,
rights.
the hype train. Gotta get the hype train music going now.
Okay, we're going to see you Thursday morning at 9.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you,
Yes.
our guy.
All right.
All right.
Who's Jeremy?
Said he was here for this case.
Who is Jeremy?
Who
Who's
Jeremy?
that?
I'll turn the video on when I asked him. He said his name is Jeremy on the screen is all I can say, Judge.
Okay, I don't know anything about it. We're not gonna worry about it.
Cheer.
People want to play
cheer.
games. I can't deal with that.
Okay, well.
Oh, Judge said, who wants to play games? Here comes somebody. This is weird. They go to like a little cove.
Okay, who's in the other jail visitation room 5CD? Who's there?
Well, I appreciate the cheers and the bits. Much love, y'all guys.
They both
Appreciate
look at
it.
the same time, Judge. I don't know.
Howard, did you say?
Harris.
Harris.
I
Are
don't
you
have a
hearing me?
Harris. I have a Holly. Wait a minute.
LaJuan Harris? Bottom of page 1 on the back.
He really is. He stays mad, man.
Where did the files go now? I don't have a file for a Harris that I'm seeing here.
Okay. While you're looking for that, let me just talk to the attorney.
No doubt, man. I'd love some
You
snuff.
gotta exit the courtroom then, Judge. There's too much.
Click on
turning.
Come on back
people
to
in the
mine.
chat and give
Wherever
Sarah
that is.
subs.
We have
Oh,
two
okay, that's
people in
cool.
the jail booth, so you can't call the other
Okay,
one.
find Harris's file, find the other file. Come on, Joe.
Oh Lord, Ronnie's about to smoke a cigarette.
We're going back here for the green case? Yeah, we're gonna talk for a second.
Judge done rolled out on him. He done stepped up and rolled out. All right, we're gonna jump somewhere else. Give me a sec, guys. See what's going on over here.
De Clark. ¿Es usted Pedro Santiago Gómez?
Oh my gosh.
Sí,
Speaking
soy yo.
another language.
Yes, it is I.
All right, and you are in court. This is being recorded and we do have your attorney present.
Muy bien, usted ha entrado al tribunal. Esto se está grabando. Su abogado está presente.
And go,
Okay, thank you.
Go ahead, Mr. Terry.
Adelante, licenciado Terry.
Your Honor, this case is fairly close to resolution. However, it's not resolved.
It hasn't close to
Señoría,
resolution.
este caso casi llega a un
Can't be
arreglo,
both.
pero no ha llegado al arreglo todavía, por entero.
If Your Honor could we set this to the July 22nd trial date with July 11th readiness?
Este caso también lo podemos fijar para las dos fechas de julio. Disponibilidad el 11 de julio y
Thank
fecha
you
de
guys so much,
juicio
man.
el 22 de julio.
Texas Hunter.
We can do a waiver as of July 22nd if that is needed.
Si es necesario, podemos hacer una renuncia a la celeridad procesal a partir del 22 de julio.
All right, so to set it out that far, we would need a waiver, and I presume your client understands that and is willing to waive it. Is
Well,
that
you know,
correct,
I'm
Mr.
glad
Terry?
finally, Vinny.
Muy
I know.
bien, para reprogramar este caso a una fecha tan distante, si no será necesario que su cliente lleve a cabo una renuncia a los derechos de la celeridad procesal que él tiene. Estoy suponiendo entonces, licenciado Terry, que su cliente está dispuesto a hacer eso.
Joe, are you okay with that?
¿Estás, cliente, dispuesto a hacer eso, Pedro?
No entendí esa parte bien.
We're going to jump out of this one.
No, I didn't understand that part clearly.
We'd be waiving your right to a speedy trial so that we can come back to court July.
We're going to jump over here.
Theft by shoplifting. So the state does have some concerns about his risk to reoffend. Based on that, the state is requesting bond in the amount of $5,000.
Okay, thank you.
We're
Give me
still
just
working
one
on
second
these
to get
guys.
the,
After 2 hours,
warrant
here we
in this
are, still
particular
working on
case.
these dudes. Whew. All right, get back to you guys in the chat. Where the hell's Niner at? I appreciate you guys so much with all the love you guys have given us. We are very happy, man. We're very happy, and we appreciate it. You dropping it everywhere? Is that what you're saying? Going nuts? Well, good. I had to get away from the one I couldn't understand half what was being said.
Okay, so I
Thank you,
rarely
Copper.
do this, but Mr. Thompson, I am going to order that you not return to that Publix location that you were arrested at.
Hey,
If you go
appreciate
back to
guys.
that location,
Guys are awesome.
then you are going to be re-arrested.
Thank you again. Be all gaming.
And then also,
Thank
I'm
you, our
going
guy.
to set your bond at 2,500. That's as low as I'm willing to go based on your history. So your bond amount is going
Oh,
to be
yeah, always,
$2,500.
always.
That's going to, looks like you have 2 counts. You have the
Hallelujah
theft by
again.
shoplifting, which I'll put the bond at 1,500 on that, and then a $1,000 bond on the obstruction. So that'll be
You know what I'm
2,500
gonna,
total bond.
you know what I'm gonna make
with the
today?
do not return provision.
There'll be a Twitch-a-luya by tomorrow.
And once you
Be
sign,
ready
I'll
for the
take care of your
Twitch-a-luya.
case. If you're unable to make your bond, you will have a preliminary hearing in 2 weeks or 4 weeks from today's date, and then you'll also
You do
have
plenty. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
File a motion to
Jay
modify
is just
bond. Thank you.
going wild over there. Thank you so much, man. Jay-a-luya. You guys. Yeah, well, hopefully you did. If you didn't, we'll figure it out. Well, thank you for twitching through the commercials there, Mikey. Much thanks.
Okay, my signature should be on the bond conditions and on the special conditions, and I'm printing the special conditions to the main printer. The next case that we have is, one moment.
Level 4, is that great? Is that good? Level 4, good? Heck yeah, man. I love it. We'll get it figured out, I promise. We won't sound like idiots the entire time. We'll get it figured out. Me and Creed are going to do a crash course on Twitch. Well, be careful in hell. Tell my whole family hello while you're there. You guys, we are in overtime. Now, if I read this right, I think we've switched to felonies over here. We'll see if that's
The
the
next
case.
case we have is position 24, Jason Williams. Mr. Williams, if you want to go ahead and come on up. Mr. Williams.
Jay's just going wild over there. He's wilding out.
On case 22-030637, 1 count of criminal trespass, interference with possession, and also 1 count of terroristic threats. I'll now hear from your attorney about what they want me to consider about bond.
I hear you, Bob.
They've waived the formal reading of the particulars of your warrant because they already went over the warrant before court began. You can proceed, counsel.
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Williams has lived in Georgia for the last 17 years, does have a wife of 15 years, as well as 4 children, ranging from around 18 to 6 years old. So he has ample ties right here in Georgia. He's not going to be going anywhere. He does have a college degree to UTI in North Carolina, a degree in engineering. He's been working as a transit tech at Hartsfield-Jackson Airport. Basically fixing up the plane train. So he's been doing that for the last 12 years. It's a great job, certainly one he wants to get back to. As far as the particulars of these charges,
so
without getting too far in the weeds, does deny the specifics that made these turn out to be felony charges. There is no deny there was a situation that arose, but as far as it becoming a criminal situation or a felony situation, that's something he strongly denies, and is certainly something he's going to exercise his right to be heard on when the time comes in court. And I'm asking for a lower bond in this case, given the fact that he does deny these charges, he does meet all the factors. And when I did have the recommendation at the time I spoke to him, isn't always the case, but it was here, and this was a situation where he said he cannot pay what the state was recommending. So it would result in a lengthy pretrial detention.
I promise I'll study
I
Jay.
certainly would like to avoid. He doesn't have a significant criminal history, as you're about to hear. So I'm asking for the bond to be set in the range of $3,000 to $4,000. Whatever the state is about to suggest, he will not be able to pay it. So I'm asking for a $3,000, $4,000 bond.
Okay, thank you. I'll hear from the state.
Yeah, I'm way behind, guys. You guys.
Thank you, Your Honor. Beginning with the defendant's criminal
to see
history,
you,
he does have 4 cycles. However, it is limited to a 2020 DUI and a pending 2022 reckless conduct and possession of ecstasy, which is currently pending out of the cab. Our office has been able to speak to the victim today. She has stated that the victim has stated that they are not fearful and they would like contact in this case. They also believe that the defendant needs mental health help. So the state's request, based on our conversation with the victim and the defendant's history, is a $5,000 bond, no violent contact, and a mental health evaluation.
It's CB Radio Show. Angela, I'm sorry. CB Radio Show.
Okay, so what I will do is I will set the following conditions. I don't feel
He's in a
comfortable
fog today.
with the there being contact with the alleged victim in this case. I might reconsider that after a mental health evaluation. However, I would not allow contact until that has been taken care of. So I will order that there be the mental health evaluation and any recommended treatment within 4 weeks of release, and no contact except for one trip to retrieve belongings with the alleged victim in this case. Give me one moment to type that in.
Well, I like all the emojis there. I'm working on making emojis. Yeah, we got 100 subs over on the We Got a Case channel. We're still trying to get some more together. We need 1,000. So we got 900 to go. It's going to be a long ways. It's going to take us a whole year, probably. I don't doubt that. Tons of cheering going on. Whatever's going on over there.
So
a hallelujah to
Mr.
everybody
Williams,
who's
you
over
need
there
to
right
sign
now.
saying
Thank
that
you
you're gonna
guys
have
so
absolutely
much.
no contact with Ms. Williams. You'll have one trip with a police escort. If the two of you still share a residence, for you to get the essential belongings that you need from that residence. You will also need to do a mental health evaluation and follow through with any treatment that is recommended. I will set a $500 bond on the criminal trespass interference with
you made it.
possession, and then I will set a $5,000 bond on the criminal trespass or the terroristic threat charge. So your total bond will be $5,500 with those special conditions. So once you sign, that will take care of your case. Thank you.
You can continue to wear that cool shirt while everybody else wears shitty orange jumpsuits. Enjoy.
Okay, my signature is on the special conditions and on the bond order.
That's the next one I'm working on.
The next case that I'm showing on the calendar is Mr. Marquise Williams. Mr. Williams, you have
they all look fake.
21-055352, 1 count of family violence, battery, 1 count of cruelty to children in the 2nd degree, and 1 count of cruelty to children in the 3rd degree. Your attorney has already gone over the warrants. The court began today, therefore they waive a formal reading of the particular of the warrants into the record. I will now hear from your attorney about what they need to consider before I set bond. Counsel, you can proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. As Your Honor may have noticed, these warrants are a little bit older. They're from July of 2021, so they're about 9 months old at this time. And obviously, Mr. Williams was not arrested at all or had any run-in with law enforcement between July of 2021 and now April of 2022. So they are older. He hasn't been in any trouble, and I would just like the court to note that. But he is 23 years old. He's been in Georgia his entire life, so all of his ties are here. He does not have ties to any other community other than the Atlanta area. For the last year, he's been living at an address in the city with his mother and his little brother. And of course, he does have the 2 children who he supports as well. So in addition to needing to get back out to work to support his children, he also financially supports his mother and his younger brother too. So there is a lot riding
Good for
on
him.
Mr. Williams' ability to work even. And if he is incarcerated for quite some time pre-trial, that's going to really derail a lot of his life and the life of his entire family. But he makes his
The
money
breadwinner.
primarily through working at a moving company. He's held that job for the last 2 years. And then over the last month or so, he's recently started working for DoorDash and Uber Eats on the side just to try to make ends meet as best as he can. He did receive his high school diploma from a high school down in LaGrange,
Sounds like you got a
Georgia.
lot of people to
So
take
he is
care
well
of.
educated. And Your Honor, I would also like to mention that I don't believe he has anything violent in his history whatsoever. It does look like he has
I just dropped the
3
link
arrests
for
in his
the We
history,
Got a
so he's
Case
not a person who's in and out of
case-only
custody
channel.
often, and he certainly is not a violent individual. I do realize these charges are serious, but this is just not the type of person that Mr. Williams is. So, Your Honor, given his stable ties to the community and his lack of any history, and certainly the age of these warrants, Your Honor, our request today for Mr. Williams is a $5,000
Judge is very
bond.
attractive.
Thank you. I'll hear from the state.
Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant does have 4 cycles, a 2018, 2 counts of obstruction, 2018 probation violation, 2019 probation violation. Our office has spoken to the victim and the parent of the minor victim, who has requested contact and would like the defendant to receive bond. She has confirmed that DFAX is not involved at this point in time. However, considering the allegations, Your Honor, the state is still going to request no contact with either of the named victims, and we're going to request bond in the amount of at least $15,000.
Thank you.
Thank you. Give me one moment to review the warrant.
God. All right, guys. I'm gonna have to bounce out of here in the next 3 minutes. About 3 minutes. And then I got to go get ready for no. I don't believe so. That's a good question. I don't know, man. We hold this thing together with bubble gum and duct tape. Don't feel bad, Angela. Neither do I. We're all in the same boat. Yes, that's what we use. Yeah, I got
Okay, and I am correct again, the state and understanding that he has no criminal or no violent history whatsoever.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Thank you. Considering there is no violent history, what I will do as far as it relates to the family violence battery, I'll set bond at $2,500. On the cruelty to children in the second degree, I'll set bond at $2,500. And then on the cruelty in the third, I'll set bond at $500.
Hey, Mavis.
So that'll be a total bond of $5,500.
Mm.
And I will
Laying the hammer
order that
down.
there's no violent contact with any of the victims in this case.
Can't afford that fancy stuff.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, super freaks.
Just need
I gotta
just
get
one
out of
moment. I
here.
need to,
I appreciate all the
find
love and support
the
today.
information in the system.
You guys are awesome. I'm going to be doing Mini Chase Monday in just about 35 minutes. If you would, please join me for that. I'd appreciate it. And if you have any friends. Oh, McDonald's ads already showed up. There you go. That's the way it's supposed to be done. That's the way it's supposed to be done. Monkey, good to see you. Peace and love out to everybody. Yeah, we'll get it all done, guys. We'll get it pulled together. Like I said, man, we're just stumbling along, singing the song. Appreciate all the new Twitch members. What other kind of members do we need to put in the works? Twitch members are in the works right now. We're getting that done, getting all that stuff figured out. but there will be some Twitch members only. Yes, absolutely. We have to get a certain amount before we could do that for it to be feasible. So definitely, and we can make, special merch and stuff for Facebook ones only, and special merch only available to Twitch members and everything like that. So it's a lot of stuff to figure out, but we'll definitely get it done. I promise. I'm doing it all. We're doing it all over here, and we're doing it live. All right, guys. Appreciate you all. Be back here real soon. It's going to be a very fun time over for We Gotta Chase. So hopefully I'll see all your beautiful faces again. And until next time, please remember.
Too sweet!
Greatest generation, my ass. We're waiting. $2. Cash.